Hello, and welcome to your benefits overview. This is the benefits presentation that we give through orientation. It is important to note that this is a general overview of your benefits package. You should have received a benefit guidebook as within your offer letter, as well as a benefit guidebook attached to your UKG login information. If you should need these, or if you should have any more in-depth follow-up questions, your best resource will be the benefits inbox at benefits@advancedgroup.com. If you email that inbox, somebody from our benefits team will reach out to answer any questions you have or forward over any guidebooks that you might be missing. So let us jump right into this. First, we're going to start with pay. Everybody at Advanced Group is on a biweekly pay period. That means you will have 26 pay periods per year. Commission checks are paid on the last paycheck of each month for commissions earned for the month prior. So on my last paycheck in August, I will see any commissions that I had earned in July and so on and so forth. You will see there's a little asterisk on this slide that says dependent on accounting close. About twice a year, we have a month that has 3 pay periods within that month due to the way the dates line up. A lot of times in those cases, we could need to postpone the commission check um, to accommodate for the accounting close taking a little bit longer. And if that happens, we'll send out communications and you'll be aware of that. And in those cases, what will then usually happen is on the following month. So in this case, in September, I would receive a commission check for July on my first paycheck and a commission check for August on my second paycheck. And lastly, if you're working in California, your commission checks will be paid as close the 15th of each month for the month prior. So you'll expect those commission checks on the 15th of each month. Additionally, PTO. You will have PTO. You should have seen your PTO amount, your days listed on your offer letter, and you should be able to reference back to that to know how many PTO days you can expect throughout a calendar year. Your PTO will begin accruing with each pay period, and they will be um, uh, all that PTO will be logged into UKG. UKG is our HRIS management system. It's where you'll go for everything from um, PTO to pay stubs to setting your goals for personal and developmental training. It is a one-stop hub. You should also see a training. You should also see a training within your first week. Put on your calendar to navigate the UKG system and help you get your sea legs when it comes to navigating UKG and finding where all of these things will be listed. Additionally, your PTO will start to be, it will be prorated based on your start date and will begin accruing immediately. You'll carry 40 hours of PTO over into the new year. So that is important to note. As we get closer to the end of the year, make sure you're using your PTO. At Advanced Group, we don't want you to lose any PTO. We really want that time to be taken and enjoyed. And we also don't want it to be a chore. We don't want it to be something that you put off till the end of the year and now feel like, okay, I have 80 hours. I have to find a way to take a full week off of work when I don't really have anything to do or really need to take that PTO. And we don't want it to feel like it's something you're forced to do so that you don't lose it. So just make sure throughout the year, when you log into UKG, you'll be able to see not only what you've accrued, but also how much you can anticipate to accrue. And it's really easy to manage that. And we want to make sure that you're using your PTO in the way that's most beneficial to you. In addition to that regular PTO amount, you will also have a couple other banks of time off that is allotted to you. So the first is the Community Works PTO. Community Works are hours that we set aside for every employee in addition to your regular PTO. So this will not affect your regular PTO balance, whatever that is. But you will also have an additional 8 hours of Community Works hours that can be used to volunteer within your community. That can be with an organization that you feel passionate about. It can be with a charity that you feel passionate about, or it can be with something that's giving back to the community. Maybe your local church is doing a drive or an event that gives back to the community. Whatever it is, as long as it's giving back to the communities that we work in, we want you to take that 8 hours and use it so that it doesn't affect your larger PTO bank. Additionally, this is extended to us through our Advancing Futures Committee, which is a committee with an advanced group that focuses on how we as an organization give back. And they're also willing to donate $15 per hour that you work with an organization. So if you volunteer for 8 hours with Big Brothers Big Sisters, they will then donate $15 for every hour to donate or to Big Brothers Big Sisters in your name. So be sure if you're taking your community works hours that you're reaching out to the Advancing Futures Committee and letting them know. Also, you have access to a floating holiday. On the next slide, we will look at our corporate holidays and what is covered. If there is a religious, cultural, or even a personal holiday that does not fall under that list, do know that you have an additional floating holiday to be taken for that. This is extended through our Diversity and Inclusion Committee as recognizing that with a diverse and inclusive environment, there's no way that we're going to be able to cover every cultural, religious, or personal holiday. So we do want to give you some one additional day to use as sort of a bridge to make sure you can celebrate something that's really, really important to you. The floating holiday differs a little bit from your regular PTO in the sense that we want this to be treated like an actual holiday. So you can't break those hours up. You can't take 2 hours of floating holiday on one day and 2 hours of the other. We want it to honor a full holiday to yourself. And so it will be taken as an 8-hour chunk as a full day off. The general rule with all of our PTO is to let your manager know in advance. We recommend a 30-day guideline. Having said that, that is a guideline. Sometimes things are going to come up, sometimes things are going to be rearranged, and your PTO is yours to take. All you need to do is check in with your supervisor to ensure that they are aware you're taking your PTO, and then you can take it whenever you would like. And additionally, when it comes to the floating holiday, if your holiday is something you don't want to share for whatever reason, you are under no pressure to do so. You'll just let them know you're taking your floating holiday on whatever date so that they can prepare their team and their desk for you being out of the office. And last but not least, we also do extend COVID times to all employees. So while the vaccine is not mandatory at advanced group, we do want to make it as easy as possible for you to get vaccinated. So we have extended 8 hours of COVID time to all full-time employees who are looking to get the vaccine. So essentially what this means is this time can be broken up for not only getting the shots, but also for any symptoms that you might experience after getting the shot. So often with our second doses, we're seeing individuals who might be a little tired, might be a little experience some flu-like symptoms. And this COVID time can not only be used to schedule getting your shot, but also for any time or side effects that you might experience afterwards. Here's our list of our corporate holidays. As you can see, we have off New Year's Day, Memorial Day, Labor Day, Independence Day, Thanksgiving Day, the day after Thanksgiving, Christmas Eve, Christmas Day, and New Year's Eve. This can be located in Milo. Milo is our document library that you can get access to, and it holds a whole host of documents that are nice to have at your fingertips. And you also see they auto-populate in your timesheet. Like I mentioned before, if you're a salaried employee, you will not have to be entering time into a timesheet. If you're a salaried employee, your salary will be automatically divvied up over the 26 pay periods, and you'll be extended the appropriate amount for each pay period. However, if you're an hourly employee, you will go into UKG and enter some time. And then also with our some of our positions that are billable, if we are billable to clients, we have a separate system to enter billable time called eRecruit, and your supervisor will train you on that. You'll be working heavily within those systems. However, when it comes to entering any PTO or any PTO, you will enter that into UKG. It will, and that will be really the only things that you're going to have to enter for as in regards to time. So really only exception time. When it comes to our holidays, we know what these days are going to be, so they're auto-populated into your timesheet. You won't need to worry about entering those in, just that PTO time. Now let's talk a little bit about benefits. Who's eligible for benefits? All employees working full-time, 30 plus hours a week, your spouse or domestic partner, and then children up to age 26. We're going to be talking about medical, dental, and ancillary benefits. We're going to be talking about 401k and 401k match as well. Let's jump right into medical benefits. Our vendor is Blue Cross Blue Shield, and we offer 4 plans plus a California-specific plan through Kaiser HMO. Now, your benefit guidebook that you should receive will have a lot more information on these benefits, and we also have some resources set up to help navigate any of these benefit questions that you might need, and we'll talk about those at the end of the presentation. What we like to do within this presentation is just give an eagle's eye view of our benefit packages, some things to look out for and some things to be aware of as you're making your elections. You have 30 days to make your elections from whenever you start. So from your start date, you have 30 days to make whatever decisions you and your family want in regards to your benefits. Your benefits will go into effect the first of the month following 30 days, and we will begin pulling your deductions within that benefit eligibility period. So what that means is if you're starting on the 25th, you will still have 30 days to make those elections. However, your benefits will go into effect on the 1st. So if you haven't made your elections by then, it will wait until you make your elections. But if you make your elections before then, it will go into effect immediately on the 1st, and we'll begin pulling deductions. If you miss a pay period where you haven't made your elections yet, then we will just work to catch you up on any missed deductions after the 1st. And if you have any questions about that, because that can be confusing, reach out to the benefits inbox and we'd be happy to explain. Additionally, while your benefit guidebooks will have a lot more information, this will just be a general overview. So if you have any questions about coverage or which plan covers what, you can also reach out to our benefits inbox and we can either answer those questions ourselves if we can, or connect you with somebody at Blue Cross Blue Shield who can be a better resource for those questions. So let's look at our different plans and go through a couple things really quick. So first and foremost, our EPO plan. Our EPO plan is our in-network benefit only plan. This means that you will only have coverage on anything that is within the Blue Cross Blue Shield PPO network. And this is something else to note, regardless of the plan that you choose, you will be utilizing the PPO network at Blue Cross Blue Shield. So when you're looking up your doctor or your specialist, you're going to want to make sure you're looking in the Blue Cross Blue Shield PPO network, and that will let you know who is covered and who is not. Our EPO plan is for individuals who know that they and their family can stay within network for all of their scheduled visits. If you should have an emergency, say you're traveling and something should happen, and you're out of network, Blue Cross Blue Shield will recognize an emergency as an in-network charge, because we can't control where we're going to have an emergency. So we don't want you to worry about that. If that's a concern, you will still be covered under the EPO plan, because we can't know when an emergency is going to happen. Additionally, as you go down through, you will see what the deductibles are broken down across all plans. This will also be listed in your guidebook, so you'll be able to reference it there as well. You'll be able to see what your out-of-pocket maximums are. You'll be able to see what your physician services charges will be. As you can see, physician services, your annual wellness visits, I should say, are free across all plans. So your annual physicals, all of those things will be free. If you are on the EPO or the PPO plan, you will also have access to our virtual visits. We partner with a program called MD Live, and it is a program where it's a virtual doctor's office that has board certified physicians that are available 24/7 to speak with you about anything you might be experiencing. This is a great first step to sort of see if something is serious enough that you should go into your family practitioner with, or if it's something that you might want to go directly to a specialist for. Also, on a more common basis, it could be something that the virtual doctor's office and the doctor you're meeting with virtually can diagnose and talk to you about directly through the portal. So oftentimes they can prescribe any medication if it's something minor, or they can advise you to go to a brick and mortar doctor's office to have it looked at if it's something that they can't diagnose themselves. Also, you'll be able to see what your copays are for emergency room and urgent care visits, as well as your prescription tier drug copays as well. As you go over into the PPO plans and so on and so forth, you will see both the in-network and the out-of-network coverage. So you'll see your in-network and out-of-network deductible for individual and family. You will see your co-insurances. You will see your out-of-pocket maximums, and so on and so forth. One thing I always like to mention is if you're looking at the EPO plan, a bit of advice we can give is to say, if you're thinking of the EPO plan, when you're going to your doctor's office, you can also be vocal about any blood work or lab diagnostics that need to be run and having them sent to an in-network lab. That is something I learned as I started supporting the benefits team, but that is a possibility with your doctor's office. They can accommodate you by sending your lab diagnostics or your blood work to an in-network lab to make sure that those charges are in-network. And that is good advice to use across the board. That's going to save you the most money in the long run when you're ensuring that you're always working towards your in-network deductible and your in-network charges. Because as we go over to the PPO plan, while the EPO has no out-of-network coverage, the PPO and the high deductibles, they do have an out-of-network deductible, but these two deductibles are separate. So if I were to have met my $1,000 in-network deductible, I might be thinking, oh, perfect, I've met my deductible, I can go wherever I want. You can go wherever you want, but if it's out of network, they will start working towards this separate out-of-network deductible. So that's why that bit of advice of, you can be vocal with your doctor and ask any lab diagnostics to be sent to an in-network lab. That will also continue to work towards that in-network deductible and save you the most money in the long run. But as you go down through, you can see how it compares to your EPO network and also to our high deductible plans. We do like to take a moment to talk about our high deductible plans, as we have had individuals come to Advanced Group and this is their first exposure to a high deductible plan. So the reason it's called that is because visibly the deductibles are much, much higher than the EPO or the PPO plans, you will see. And the reason that is because the premiums that are coming out of your paycheck on a biweekly basis are much, much lower. So these plans can be good for a variety of cases. We often see it very popular with individuals who want to have that safety net of insurance, but really just go to the doctors for their annual visits, and maybe they don't utilize their health insurance that much. Outside of that, then they might want to, then it might be advantageous to sort of have us less money coming out of their biweekly paychecks, but still have that safety net there and know that they can meet this deductible if, God forbid, they should need to. Or even individuals on the other spectrum of that. If you're somebody who knows you're going to meet this deductible no matter what, your usage of your health insurance is on the higher end, you might be considering having less money come out of your paychecks on a biweekly basis because you're going to meet this deductible, and then you'll have that higher coverage across the board afterwards. It's really based on, the best option is going to be based on you sitting down with your family and figuring out what works best for you. We also do have some support called Alex. He's an interactive decision support tool. We'll talk about him towards the end of the presentation, but that program can also help you delineate which of these plans is going to be best for you. So let us talk about this high deductible plan, and we do have some things that are built into our program to help offset the cost of this deductible if that's something that is concerning, that can make these plans much, much more approachable. So here we have an EPO slide. It's the same information that is listed on this previous slide. And by the way, we will be sending this benefit presentation out to you with your benefit guidebook as well, and our PPO plan. It's the same information that was on that spreadsheet, and it will be the same information that's listed within your benefit guidebook. But here we do have a slide that we talk about our health savings account. So oftentimes paired with a high deductible plan is a health savings account, or an HSA. This is just a savings account that you can put pre-tax dollars into to help pay for eligible medical expenses. So it can help offset the cost of that deductible because you're paying for it pre-tax. It's bringing your taxable income down. And it's also an account that you can set up, put money into, and it rolls over month after month, year after year, and stays with you forever. So whatever money you put in here will be eligible to be used towards your medical expenses down the road for the rest of your life. You will see what the contribution limits are set by the IRS here. $3,600 for single, $7,200 for family, and you will also see that there's a $1,000 catch-up for any enrollees age 55 or older. Last but not least, Advanced Group will also contribute to your HSA. This amount will be prorated based on your start date, but within a calendar year, depending on the plan that you have chosen, you can expect Advanced Group to contribute the corresponding amount to your HSA. So also, you're getting that money from Advanced Group that will help offset the cost of that deductible whenever you have to meet it. So we have a couple great things lined up here to make that higher deductible a little bit easier and more approachable. You also see the same information listed for your high deductible 2 plan, as the HSA is able to be set up for both. We also have our Kaiser HMO plan. This is a California only plan, and most individuals in California are probably more familiar with Kaiser HMO than I am, at least. However, it is pretty straightforward. You'll see with the deductibles of co-insurance, you'll also see that similar to the EPO, this is an in-network only plan, so it's an in-Kaiser only plan. And you'll have more information listed within your benefit guidebook for your Kaiser plan as well. Also, we do offer a flexible spending account. So this is very similar to that HSA. Say you're on the EPO or the PPO plan and you really love the idea of setting aside pre-tax money to pay for your medical expenses, but you're not on that higher deductible plan, so you don't have access to that HSA. You do, however, have access to an FSA. It differs a little bit from an HSA, but it is still a savings account that you can put pre-tax money into to pay for your medical expenses. Some of the differences are it does not roll over year after year. So while you can think of your HSA as putting away money for those expenses and knowing that you'll keep them, you're going to want to look at your FSA as this is the amount of money I anticipate spending on my medical benefits this year. Because while there is a grace period into March of the following year, you will need to use all these funds by the March of the following year. Additionally, you will see what that the limits are, $2,750 for healthcare FSAs. And also we do offer a dependent care FSA that is eligible to everybody, not just those on the EPO or the PPO plan, but eligible to anybody. And last but not least, there's no contribution from Advanced Group into the FSA because those deductibles are much more approachable than they are with the higher deductible plans. And last but not least, let us say you are on the HSA. Let us say you have that higher deductible plan, but you would still like to set aside extra pre-tax money for any, if you really, really want to utilize the most you can out of your pre-tax dollars, you can set up an FSA for dental and vision only. And the reason that is because you already have that HSA available for your medical expenses. But let's say you're maxing out your HSA and you still know you're going to be spending money towards dental and vision for the family, and you want to pay for that pre-tax as well, you could set up an HSA for those or an FSA for those as well. FSAs and HSAs can be very confusing. So if you have any questions, reach out to the benefit inbox and we'd be happy to answer and walk through this again with you. Dental benefits. You will see we have pretty straightforward two plans, a low plan and a high plan. You'll be able to see them broken down in your benefit guidebook. The one major thing I like to point out as we talk about these are implants as well as orthodontic coinsurance are covered under our high plans. So if those are something on the horizon, you might want to take a closer look at the high plan, but it really is dependent on you and your family and your needs. Vision, we partner with iMed through their Insight Network for vision insurance. You will see that you have an eligible eye exam every 12 months. You have new lenses every 12 months. You have new frames every 24 months, and you have new contacts every 12 months. You'll be able to see what the copays and the allowances are for your in-network as well as out-of-network charges there. Also, we have a wellness platform. Advanced Group's wellness program and platform is managed through Wellwrite. You will receive access information to Wellwrite probably towards the end of your first month. It will be sent out. Wellwrite is our platform that has a ton of wellness challenges, everything from physical challenges to meditation challenges to education challenges. When we talk about wellness here at Advanced Group, we're not just talking about physical wellness. We're talking about emotional, mental wellness as well. So you will see things that are not just related to physical wellness, but also to meditating, to stress relief, to diversity and inclusion education. There's a whole slew of challenges that are available through Wellwrite that you can work towards, earn point towards, and then turn those points into cash whenever you would like. You can earn up to $200 a year in eligible gift cards through Wellwrite. And then if you find this to be a really motivational, way to seek wellness, and you're a Blue Cross Blue Shield member, you can also log into Well on Target for a very, very similar platform. Next, we have a wellness reimbursement. So every employee can reimburse up to $75 per month towards their wellness. This can be for gym memberships, boot classes, camps. It can be for online meditation services, online fitness services, or even nutrition services online as well. Like I said, Wellness really refers to a holistic view of wellness. So any sort of monthly charge that you might have in relation to bettering your wellness can be looked at as a wellness reimbursement, and you can reimburse that. Some important things to note is that you will get login information to Certify, how to set up your Certify account, and then you will want to submit a monthly receipt with that charge. If the gym you go to or if the service you use doesn't provide a great receipt for those services, we can find ways to work around that. We can maybe submit a bank statement with that charge on there or something like that. But we do want some sort of receipt for the charge. And then we also want an attendance record to show that you're using the charge at least 8 times per month. We hope to motivate you to use this wellness and really focus on your wellness. Now, your gym membership or your boot camp or your app might not have an attendance record. So work with our AP mailbox and our AP team. They will set up how they would like you to self-record your attendance, and we'll find a way to make it work. Once again, similar to your PTO, we are not trying to gatekeep your wellness reimbursement. We just want to ensure that you're utilizing it and maximizing it to its maximum benefit. Also, we have a race reimbursement. If you're a runner, you can reimburse up to $50 a year to participate in a race of your choice. And then also, if you're a nicotine user and you're looking to smoke, we have a CEO smoking challenge. You will receive a $1,000 bonus if you stop smoking for 12 consecutive months. And the easiest way to get involved with that is to email wellness@advancedgroup to self-report. And then we will work with you to, once again, journal and navigate your quitting process through nicotine use. We would love to be a nicotine-free employee base as much as possible. And we want to incentivize your health and wellness through the CEO Smoking Challenge. We also partner with Cigna for an employee assistance program. So a lot of the things we just spoke were physically focused. Like I said, when we talk about wellness, we have a holistic view. So we partner with Cigna through their employee assistance program to offer a completely free and confidential support system for some of the stressors that we might find within our adulthood. So emotional support, work-life solutions, legal guidance, financial consultations and referrals. You'll have unlimited telephonic services to get support within these areas. You will have web-based services to get support within these areas. And then within each area, you will get up to 3 face-to-face sessions to meet with a specialist that can help navigate the stresses that might be associated with these. Additionally, through My Secure Advantage, Cigna will partner you with a money coach for 30 days at no cost. You'll work together through an online portal to help money management, to help get out of debt solutions, saving for college, retirement, or any curveballs that life might send you that impacts your financials. They also offer Cigna Secure Travel. So as the world begins to open up again and more people are traveling, if you're doing any worldwide travel that you need assistance with, you can reach out to Cigna for that as well as Cigna Assurance, which is beneficiary account setup and assistance. We also do offer pet insurance through Nationwide. This will be listed in your benefit guidebook and have more details there. We also offer identity theft protection through LifeLock. You will see we offer 2 plans that have about the same coverage, but for a couple extra bucks a month. In the Premier plan, you also get 3 bureau credit monitoring and reporting. You get bank account takeovers, and then you get some additional gigabytes of cloud backup as well. Identity theft is the fastest growing crime in the United States, so it is important to make sure that you're insured against it, and we have a couple options here to help you with that. Commuter program. We partner with WageWorks for a commuter program. Now, we have many, many individuals who are remote employees with us just temporarily until the world starts to look more normal. We also have individuals who are with us remotely forever. Regardless of your status with whether you go into an office or you work remotely from home, you have access to the commuter program. You can reimburse up to $20 a month for any bicycle expenses. So if you bicycle, this is important to know, you have this $20 available to you on a monthly basis. You also can set up an account through WageWorks where you can put pre-tax dollars in to pay for any of your transit expenses. So especially if you live within a city and you have maybe a train card or if you have a parking pass, you can set up an account for WageWorks. You can tell them how much money you would like to set aside and put into that account on a monthly basis. We'll pull that from your check and send it over to WageWorks, and then that can be used to pay for those passes. You can also make changes to however much you're contributing on a monthly basis. It just has to be done before the 10th of each month so that it can be reflected um, on the following month's transaction history. And then last but not least, any unused funds will roll over month after month. It is important to note that once you put money into your WageWorks account for your commuter program, they have to be used for the reason it was intended. So let's say you put $20 into WageWorks and then you find that you're not using the train as much anymore and you'd like to withdraw it. Unfortunately, you cannot withdraw it because it's been put in there pre-tax for that purpose. It must be used for that purpose. However, it will roll over month after month until you're ready to use it. So you won't lose it. You'll just have it in there until you need to use it again. Additional benefits. So let's talk about 401k. 401k is we partner with Principal. We used to partner with Wells Fargo. So if you hear anybody use Wells Fargo, it's most likely they're speaking of 401k, but we have transitioned over to Principal. Your 401k will start pulling on the first of the month following 30 days of employment. So that's a little bit different from your benefits you have 30 days to elect and they'll start on just the first of the month after your start date. This is a little bit different because this will start on the first of the month following 30 days of work. So after you've worked 30 days, whatever the next first of the month to follow, that is the day your 401k will start to pull into your paychecks. So you have until then to make any elections through Principal. They should be sending you an email to either your work email or your personal email, as well as a physical mail to your house with enrollment information. If you should not enroll in anything, whether that's you don't log in to elect what percentage you would like, or if you don't log in to decline coverage, then you will be auto-enrolled at 3% on the first of the month following 30 days. We pull a report from Wells every week to reflect any 401k changes. So let's say you get to that time and you accidentally enrolled at 3%, auto-enrolled at 3%, and you really wanted to enroll at 10%, you can log into Principal at that time, make those changes, and they'll be reflected on your next paycheck. If you have any questions about 401k, of course, reach out to our benefits inbox. We'll be happy to assist. Last but not least, Advanced Group does match 33% of your contribution up to a maximum of 6% of your monthly income. An easier way to think about this, I think, is to say Advanced Group will match 33.33% of your first 6% that you contribute. So if you're contributing 6%, you're getting the full match from Advanced Group. And if you're contributing anything north of 6%, know that we'll be matching the 33.33% of that first 6%, and then anything north of it is just what you're contributing. After this match will go into the effect the first of the month following 90 days of employment. So after 90 days with us, whatever the next first of the month is, that's when you can expect the match to start kicking in. And then last but not least, you will be fully vested after 2 years with us. We do offer some support through long-term care. Long-term care is, while it is not a more common coverage, 70% of Americans over the age of 65 will need long-term care at some point. So if it's something you're thinking about, you can apply through LifeSecure for long-term care. And if you are approved, Advanced Group will contribute $50 per month towards your monthly premium if you apply and are accepted. When you're making your elections, you will see information about this listed within your election plan and how you apply. You'll go to LifeSecure, you'll apply, and if you're accepted, then Advanced Group will make sure we add additional $50 to your paycheck once a month to help you pay for that. Basic life and accidental death and dismemberment insurance through Cigna. Everybody at Advanced Group has basic life insurance, and that is paid for 100% by Advanced Group, and with coverage totaling $50,000. So know that as an employee with Advanced Group, you do have that coverage automatically. Let's say you wanted some additional life insurance. Cigna does offer voluntarily additional life insurance. So in addition to the $50,000, you can elect up to 5 times your salary for a maximum of $500,000. And this will be paid for by employees. So you have that $50,000, but if you want some additional, you do have some coverage that you can elect here. Note that it says guaranteed issue amount of $200,000. What we mean by that is if you're electing anything north of $200,000 in life insurance, we will send you what is called an evidence of insurability. It's a form that you fill out with your doctor, with us, and then Cigna fills out the rest, and then that will approve and grant additional coverage north of $200,000. Your spouse is also eligible for voluntary life insurance. They can elect up to half of whatever you elect, and they will have that same guaranteed issue amount at $30,000. So if they're electing anything north of 30, then we will send the same evidence of insurability form out. Last but not least, you'll have options for children up to $10,000 per child. Short-term disability and long-term disability. Through Cigna, short-term disability is paid for by advanced group at 70% of your income for a maximum of $1,500 per week. And then that is for a maximum benefit period of 13 weeks. If you should ever need to take a leave of absence with advanced group, benefits team will reach out and set up a time to meet with you to walk you through everything you need to know about taking a leave of absence. We'll walk you through FMLA coverage. We'll walk you through short-term disability. We'll tell you all the paperwork that you need to fill out when you should be checking in with your supervisor. We really put a lot of work into ensuring that that's the easiest. That's an easy process as you're taking a leave of absence. If you elect long-term disability through your election process, then you will have long-term disability coverage as well. And if you should experience, if you should be experiencing some sort of disability that prohibits you from completing your job and you've gone through the short-term disability period, then we will look at long-term disability. That's where you'll be eligible to receive 60% of your monthly income after that 90-day elimination period for a maximum of $6,000 per month. There will also be an option for $10,000 per month for any individuals who are at a higher level of income, where $6,000 wouldn't even be within the realm of 60% of their income. So you might see that as well. Don't be thrown off by that. If you have any questions about that, reach out to the benefits inbox and we can further explain. And last but not least, we do have a continuous education program. Here at Advanced, we really, really value your growth as a professional, and we want to encourage it so that you know we value it and that we want to see you be your best you possibly can be. And part of that means continuing your education. If you're interested in continuing education, whether it's for a certification, a full degree, or even just a class, any of those can be eligible for the Advanced Group's continuous education program, where you can receive 75% of manager-approved tuition costs for courses relevant to both employees' career goals and Advanced Group's goals. At that 75%, you have a maximum benefit of $5,250 per calendar year, and those are based on the grades that you receive in these classes. Let's say that these classes don't have a grade, though. Let's say it's just a pass or fail, or if it's a certification, then we'll figure out a different method for that percentage as well. And if you are considering a full program, you can look into Robert Morris University, who partners with us. They will match $2 for every dollar that Advanced Group contributes to your education, which could be up to $15,000 per year, a little over $15,000 per year. Or Masters, it'll be dollar for dollar, so a little north of $10,000 per year is eligible to you if you're going through Robert Morris University. And last but not least, the Lake Forest Graduate School of Management offers us 10% off tuition as well as the application fee waived. Tools and next steps. So that is essentially everything, the snapshot we like to give with our benefits presentation. You do have some more resources as you're making these decisions. One is MD Live. MD Live gives you access to the national network of US board certified doctors who are available 24/7 to treat many of your medical issues. This is what we talked about with the EPO and the PPO plan being covered, that this program allows you to sit in the comfort of your home and talk to a doctor about some experiences you might be, or some symptoms you might be experiencing. And then also, we briefly mentioned on it, but I want to take a minute to dive deeper into Alex. Alex is an interactive decision support tool created by Jellyvision that will be set up to help you better understand your health plan options during enrollment. So essentially what Alex is this company, Jellyvision, has partnered with insurance, actually partnered with comedians within the Chicago area who really understand insurance. And they've created this interactive automated decision support tool named Alex. Alex will ask you a bunch of questions about your usage of healthcare, about your the people in your family plan, about any pre-existing condition, all sorts of different things. And then because they know our benefits plans like the back of its hand, Alex will be able to help you point you in the best direction for which of these plans is best for you and your family. It is completely confidential, it's completely automated, and it's a great way to help you and your family better come to a decision if you're on the fence about which plan is best for you. And last but not least, you will enroll in all of these benefits through UKG. You should have UKG training within your first week. Uh, Usually on that first Thursday of your first week at 10 a.m., we'll schedule a UKG training where we'll walk you through how you make these benefit elections. Additionally, when you receive your UKG access and benefit email, there will also be written directions there to navigate yourself. If you would rather do it within your own time and follow those directions, they will also be there for you to reference as well. And last but not least, if you have any questions about anything we covered within this presentation or anything within the benefits guidebook at all, reach out to benefits@advancedgroup.com and somebody from the benefits email will be there to help you and answer those questions. Thank you so much. I hope that throughout your benefit elections and throughout your first week, you're having an amazing experience with Advanced Group, and be sure to reach out with any questions regarding benefits, benefit elections, or anything we discuss within this presentation.